Hey guys, it's Felix, and you know what I'm here for. The last thing I did before this podcast was check the dictionary on my phone for the definition of music, and I'll tell you why later. Two definitions stood out for me, and I'll quote them. The first is this: a series of sounds organized in time, employing melody, harmony, tempo, etc., usually to convey a mood. The second is this: an art form created by organizing of pitch, rhythms, and sounds made using musical instruments and sometimes singing. These are the two definitions that stood out for me. Today, we're going to be talking about good music, and I'll be telling you about how overrated lyrics are. And this is why I checked the dictionary. By the way, I need your opinion on something. So I've been getting some really nice reviews on this podcast, and I've been thinking of sharing them here. Maybe one every episode, either at the beginning or at the end of the episode. What do you think of this idea? Reach out to me with your thoughts so I can make a good decision. Thanks in advance. I don't know how to jump into this topic, but let me start by saying that every artist has an audience. Some may not have known their audience yet, but some are very conscious of this and act in a way that shows that they are conscious of this. What this means is that they are creating music for a set of people, and that you may or may not be a part of this set of people. Now, music is made up of different elements, and when you look at the second definition, it paints singing or vocals or lyricism as not even one of the main features. And this is probably the crux of this podcast today. I read people on Facebook trying to categorize some artists as whack because they don't have the kind of lyrics they love or because they don't use the kind of voice they want to hear. Go on and ask anyone, do a Google search even on the elements of music. You find melody, harmony, tempo, pitch, rhythm, sounds, and more. But you won't find anyone pointing out lyrics except the person is just ignorant. The closest to lyrics you will find is sound, and sound may or may not include lyrics. Lyrics are beautiful and they have their own way of making a song sweeter, but to think that lyrics are all that makes a song good is to think that Felix is the only one that makes podcasts. When I send my works for distribution, one of the questions I have to answer from the distributor is this: is there any form of vocals, singing, or rapping on this track? If I say yes, I am asked for some details on them, like the lyric language and if they contain explicit content. But if I say no, I'm to move on and keep filling other parts of the form. You know what this means? That there can be music without lyrics, that what makes a music good or bad is not the lyrical content. I even distributed one of my instrumentals on music stores. Yes, I'm sweet like that. Lyrics, voices, and vocals are not what makes music to be music, and the content of lyrics is not what makes music great or horrible. Have you ever listened to dubsteps? Did you hear any lyrics in them? But would you say that dubsteps are not part of the music family? Nope. If you can comfortably listen to piano tunes and flow with them and call them music, there's nothing you can tell me about music being all about lyrics. It's not as if I like to shade Nigerians, but I live in Nigeria and I have a lot of Nigerian experiences. A Nigerian can pick up a song and listen to it. He will hear beautiful melodies, mad pitching, sweet rhythms, powerful expression, but will say the song is whack because the lyrics are not what he expects them to be. What this guy forgets is that the artist creates music for an audience that may not even be him. I remember when I first heard metal rock at home, my brother would jam it from morning till night, oh the noise. But you see, that is music. Now I'm a fan of metal rock thanks to him. My girlfriend hates it, but we're working on it. My point was to talk about lyrics and how overrated they are, but I think something you can take home from this podcast is that the kind of music you dislike is still music, and even though it does not appeal to you, there are those who would go hungry just to hear a piece of it. That the style of music you hate is still music, but you are just not a part of the audience it is made for. So let's do a little exercise. If you love today's message, turn to your neighbor and say, lyrics are overrated. And this is it for today. You enjoyed it, yeah? Let's see you next week as we talk on something else that you'd love. My name is still Felix and I still love you. Bye!
Hello! I'm Endurance.
And I'm Felix. This is Odd Felix and the Pool of Artists.
I hope you enjoyed yourself and learned something new. Bye.